Hi guys, it's Sally Ann from Mastin Labs, and I'm here today to do another sample edit on some beautiful images sent in by Andrea, and she has asked to see the Fuji Pushed Pack. So in the Fuji Pushed Pack, we have 8 presets available. There's a +1 and a +2 version of each of the basic presets. So it's Fuji 160 NS, then there's a +1 and a +2. Fuji 400H, +1, +2, Fuji 400H Blue, +1, +2, and then Fuji 800Z, +1, +2. So in that pack, you get quite a bit of options available. So she sent in 3 really beautiful images, and I want to do a sample on each of those shots. So I'm not, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to be able to show you guys every single one of those presets, but I'm going to do 2 of those pushed presets on each image that she sent in. So we're going to get started. So this is the first image that she sent, and we're going to apply the Fuji 160 NS +1. This image was very well exposed straight out of camera. Doesn't need a lot of tweaking, to be honest. It really just depends on the look that you're going for. So I am going to bring up the exposure a little bit. Like, as you can see, it's beautiful image, doesn't need a lot of adjusting, but I'm going to warm it up a little bit, and there you go. Like, for me personally, I think that's great. I might bring down, this is my thing that I've noticed after doing these sample edits so many times. What I've noticed is that I'll say, there you go, it looks great, and then I'll make some more adjustments. So just bear with me. I'm going to bring the magenta down a little bit. Yeah, like we could go in and use some of the tools and whatever, but on this particular image, I don't really feel like it's necessary. Let's just see what the spotlight tool does. Spotlight tool is a great asset when you want to darken the background and have the subject pop, but I'm not really sure that's the way we want to go with this particular image, and I think that I'm right about that. Yeah, I like it a little bit brighter actually. This particular shot was very evenly lit, so I feel like the background and the subject have a really great contrast already, so we don't really need to make any adjustments on that. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next copy of this particular shot. So you can see a really big difference when you go back to the straight out of camera and between the edit that we did, and I'm going to go up, and I have already chosen to do the 800Z +2. Now, on the previous edit, we had brought up the exposure 4 stops and the temperature. You know what? This is what I do. See, I don't even want to try to remember the settings. I want to give you guys the same little adjustments on both copies of the image, just so that you can really see the difference when we do a side-by-side of the 2 presets, just knowing that the same adjustments were made. So I'm going to press copy. We only want to copy white balance, exposure, and we're going to do that. So we're going to go over to the 800Z +2, and I'm going to press Command V, which pastes, and there you go. So when we go down to grid mode, you can see, actually let's do a comparison. Now these 2 presets are quite similar. However, there are some differences in the greens and in the warmth. Like around here, you can see a bit more warmth and contrast. So yeah, now we're going to go over to this image. Now there's no need for us to do the same presets. Since we've got 8 to choose from, we can try something different this time. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do 160 NS +2, and we're gonna bring up the exposure. Let's do a bit more of an extreme, and the temperature for sure. So I'm gonna press R, which is the shortcut for the crop, and I want to bring it in so that she is centered. The stairs are a fun detail, but I really feel like with her pose, a centered edit is gonna look a little bit more right for this one. And I know already that I want to use the all soft tone profile to just bring more detail back into the highlighted area, and I almost think I might want to use strobe soften on this one. I don't know though. You know what? I'm not going to, because this is the Fuji Pushed Pack, and it's supposed to have a lot of contrast and saturation in it, so we're gonna leave it. Yeah, but you know what? I do see some magenta in the details, like in here around her hands. But we want to also pay attention to the areas on the image that would maybe be considered a neutral zone. So some of these grays in the stone, and I'm going to bring down the magenta. And you know what? I am actually going to warm this up a little bit more. Okay, but now I'm going to bring the magenta up just a touch. Okay, there we go. So I'm really liking that. The greens are nice and vivid. There's a lot of beautiful contrast. Curious, since this is a tutorial, let's just see what some of the other tools will do. So the spotlight, as I explained before, is going to bring back some detail in the background, darken the background and make the subject pop a bit. But actually with these images, I'm leaning away from the spotlight tool, which is totally fine. That is the fun thing about having all these options, is that you get to experiment and you get to decide for yourself. What do I like? What don't I like? There's no perfect answer. You might get 3 different photographers who would take the same image and they would probably edit it very differently, each of them according to their own style and taste. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave this edit at that. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did before, where I copy, and because we're in the Fuji Pushed, we can use the same masks. And we're gonna go to the next copy of this image. And I would like to see this one here, Fuji 400H Blue +1. I'm going to do Command V, which is going to paste the other adjustments that I had made to the first copy of this image. So now I'm going to go back up and I'm going to press C, which will bring up a comparison. So you can really see, much more so than in the first sample I did, the differences between these two presets. This was 160 NS +2, I believe, and this was Fuji 400H Blue +1. The Fuji 400H Blue has definitely got more muted greens, more muted yellows, a bit of a softer, more even look to it. This has a touch more contrast, I think. Both really beautiful options. So there you go. Now we're gonna go over to this image. I love this image so much. This is just gorgeous. On this particular image, there's not a huge difference between the Fuji 400H1 and +1 or +2. So I'm just gonna choose +1 and I'm gonna warm up. I don't know if I need to mess with the exposure on this one, but I am gonna warm it up a little bit. I mean, to me, that looks great. I love these little shadow details. Like, this image was pretty darn good right straight out of camera, so it doesn't really need a lot of tweaking, just a little bit of an enhancement with the preset, and then you're pretty much good to go. Like, I'm not gonna mess with the exposure. I do personally like the look of the strobe soften on this particular image, but that's my favorite tool. So now let's go in and see. Curious. On my sample edits, I typically don't include a green, but since we're trying to show you guys how to use the different tools, I think because of design, it's hard to see the addition of grain on this particular image. So I'm just gonna leave that one alone. But yeah, so there you go. I'm gonna copy. Now, strobe soften adjustments are found in the curve. So that's just a little tip that I got from one of the guys on the development team. And yeah, or you don't have to copy that setting. You could just apply it to each image that you wanted to edit. So now we're going to press copy, and we're going to go to the next version of this copy of this image. Which one? We already did. Ooh, actually, I like that. This one brought in quite a bit more blues in the sky, I think. We're going to paste the settings. Now I'm really curious about the comparison between these two. This one feels like there's a bit more magenta tones. I guess the blue sky is quite good on both of them, but if we zoom in, you can really see differences in the skin tones. If I had just edited with, yes, 800Z +1, I might bring down the magenta just on that one, but because I'm doing a side-by-side comparison, I didn't want to bring down the magenta because I think on the other image, it would have been adding in a bit too much green in the skin tone. So we're just gonna leave it as this. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, some people really love a bit of more magenta in their edits, and that's totally, again, just personal preference. So there you have it. We're gonna show you a side-by-side with a bit of a closer look in a few minutes. And yeah, so there you have it. I hope that this tutorial was helpful. If you guys have any questions or concerns, we would love to hear some feedback, and you guys can comment below, or you can always reach us via support@mastinlabs.com in our customer service department. And yeah, if you are interested in having a sample edit of your own done, we would be happy to do that. And you can find the sample edit form in the caption or the comments below. So there you have it, guys. I hope that this little tutorial was helpful. We hope that you're having a great day and happy editing. See you soon.